Yeah. Nah, nope. Profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. The mother hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading all knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Live with Liteskin Lou. Today, we have another special guest, but before we introduce him, I would like to thank last week's guest, Brooklyn's own Bruce Shushu Currington, for stopping by and showing love, and also thanking you guys for your continued support. So continue to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And now, let me introduce this young man. This young man is a pro fighter in the super middleweight division. He has a record of 28-3, 13 KOs, and he is looking forward to doing more damage. February the 2nd in Canada, he is none other than Alantez, SlyAza Fox.
What up, though? You here, baby?
That's right. That's right. Young fella, welcome to the channel. How things going?
Everything's good, man. I appreciate y'all having me for sure, man. You know, shout out to Bruce Currington, man. Young and is sharp, super sharp.
Yeah, that's right. And let me correct that. He's Brownsville's finest. I said Brooklyn. Shoo, if you listening, my bad, young. Brownsville's finest, man. Young kid came by last week and showed love. I got my B's wrong, but yeah, Tez, thank you for coming by, man. How's training camp going?
Training camp we're finishing up training camp. Training camp has been very good, very good. We've got some good work in throughout the camp. But man, I went up and sparred Jesse Hart like 2 weeks in a row, man. I think that's top tier work, and I don't think Erik Bazinyan can possess what Jesse is bringing to the table. So I think I'm up already.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, Kiki, you hear me say, look, we up. We headed up to Canada. We about to do damage. What should we expect February 2nd, man?
So I was just sitting there thinking, man, you know, I might not get that fair shake, right? You know, so I was thinking maybe we got to stop him by 8. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a clinic regardless of what happens, but I mean, if you look at the history of the Fox boys, we don't get fair shakes in championship type stuff. So, I mean, y'all saw Michael Fox against Gabriel Maestre, and you saw how one-sided he beat up a guy and still lost the fight. I think we gotta work on getting stoppages.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's one question that I had. I was curious about. Okay, you're fighting this guy. I might tear his name up, but if you listening, forgive me. Erik Bazinyan.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, I think, he's a native of Canada, if I'm not mistaken,
sure.
right? So for you just stated that you don't get fair shakes. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it will be, do you feel like that's a disadvantage, fighting him in his hometown?
Somewhat. It's somewhat a disadvantage only because we in his hometown. You got your hometown judges and everything. I mean, actually, with my record, you said my record is 28-3. I also got one draw. That one draw, we went to Brooklyn. I fought a guy from Brooklyn. I dropped the guy. The ref didn't call a drop. That would have won me the fight. We got a draw. It was very clear. It was very clear to me who won that fight. Again, Mike will give it a master. Very clear to the world who won that fight. We don't get fair shakes, so it's got to be. I mean, even if it is completely one-sided, Michael Fox's fight was completely one-sided, and they still took it from him. So I really don't want to leave it into the judge's hands.
That's right. I like that, man, because when you leave it in the judge's hands, you never know what's going to go on. And that's one thing
Exactly.
that we're going to talk to later down the line. That's a couple questions I got for you on that, because I just don't think it's fair that you guys, you put your lives on the line first and foremost,
For sure.
and to not get a fair shake.
For
Me,
sure.
if I was a fighter, if I lost, I lost. But if you look at your brother's fight, like you said, it was Michael Fox fight, it was one sided, and to not come out with that victory, that's a smack in the face for the fighter and just for the
Complete
game of
smack in the
boxing.
face. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So man, let's do a little rewind, man. Let everybody out there know how did you get into boxing?
So at oh yeah, well at 8 years old, some of the guys I played football with, and I played up in football. I played 18 all the way through. So my first year playing football, the guys I was playing with were 9 and 10 years old. I was 7. I turned 8. In that the next year of the season, and they always at the boxing gym. My father saw they were at the boxing gym, and so we went. We went to the boxing gym because it's why not? Why, if y'all can do this, why can't we? And we started there, and then I kind of like just stuck with it. I think my father's love for the sport made me love the sport even more, and that's all she wrote. We just been here. We've been locked in since then.
Yeah, you guys have been, man. I remember years ago, man, just hearing about you guys' name and how it was carrying weight, of course, in the amateur division.
Yeah,
But I look back, I'm like, damn, like these dudes, they rolling. But then when I finally saw you, I was like, damn, these dudes tall as shit. I was like, I said they out that joint putting it in because 6'4", 6'5", fighting in the divisions that your guys are fighting in.
yeah,
That's not normal.
not at all.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
have
It's not
we
normal.
heavyweight height.
Yeah. So when I seen y'all rumble, I was like, damn, these dudes they moving like they my size.
Right.
I was loving it, man. I was so loving it. But you guys, have you and Mike Fox, your brother, you have your father
Yeah,
as your trainer. I
yeah.
was just curious of what's that like having your father as a trainer.
It's difficult at times, and then it's great at other times. Like sometimes we just like sometimes when we're on when him and I are clicking. I mean, we are undefeated. We're an undefeatable team. Nothing can stop us. And other times it makes it look like real. It might get real chippy in there. You know what I'm saying? Just because him and I aren't clicking all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like a perfect example of that would be, I think I guess 2 years ago. That was 2020, Christmas of 2021. I fought
Mm-hmm.
Marcos Hernandez. Him and I weren't really getting along first. So I started out that fight, and those first 4 rounds were very close. They were very, like I said, they were real chippy. They were real, toss of a coin. We'll see who won that one, right? And then like I guess if it finally clicked from me, look, bro, box this man, he can't touch you. And from then on, this is a completely different fight. So like I said, when we're good and our chemistry is good, nothing can stop us. It's just every now and then we have issues, I guess familial issues that kind of stem into the ring, and it's impossible to separate father and son or son and father relationship. That's what we're always going to be before I'm a boxer at all. That's my father. I love my father to death. It's till we're gonna rewind until the wheels fall off.
So piggybacking off of what Lou just asked about your dad and stuff in your corner, I asked your brother Mike this same question. So when he was on the show, so by both of you all being boxers and being trained by your father, do you ever feel like it's competition between the two of you, or feel any type of pressure, like you have something to prove?
Between Mike and myself, it's healthy competition.
Okay.
When my father tries to make us compete, it sometimes becomes unhealthy. Sometimes it becomes, it's more than just sibling rivalry. It gets like a little bit more. It gets a little more heated
Okay.
between Mike and myself. Though it's always been like that for Mike. He's always I didn't even realize it until I guess later on in life how much he actually looked up to me, how much he actually watched my style and mirrored his style of mine to make himself become the boxer he is now. You know, he talks about that all the time. He's like, bro, I didn't know. He said, man, I didn't know anything else other than how you box. So that's how that's how I went with it. And of course, he made his style his own. But there are a lot of things we basically take from one another. Like I said, even though it's competition, it's still funny because he's boxing the way that I want to box all the time, and vice versa. So he's doing things. He might be the opposite stance as me, but there are things he's doing. I'm looking at like, all right, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I can do that. I switch it to my stance, and that's pretty good. All the time.
That's good because you even work his corner sometimes, right?
For sure.
Okay, and is he gonna work your corner as well?
Yeah, Mike will be in my corner for sure.
Okay. That's good.
Wow,
The funny thing is, we ain't know if my father was gonna get his passport. So Mike was gonna be the head coach this time. I was like, damn, I mean, you good with it? You gonna be able to rock with it? He's like, yeah, I can do it. I mean, we ain't gonna miss out on an opportunity because that. It was like, yeah, you know what? That's cool. So everything's good. My father's definitely going. We're definitely going to make it happen.
Okay.
That's right. The dream team is still alive, baby. That's right. That's right. So what's that like though, man? Having your father and your younger brother in your corner, man, as you take battle, man.
It's really good, man. It's really good. I know they got my best interests at heart. I know for a fact my father's gonna make sure I'm safe. And so, like, I mean, we're gonna have to talk about the Montreal fight, but the Montreal fight, there were people that said, man, he should have stopped it, but there were other people that complained. And on Twitter, they called him Troy Porter and stuff like that. I was kind of like, but after the fight, personally, I looked at it and I said, and I told him, I said, man, thank you for saving me from myself, because I would have went out on my shit. I would have made sure I went out.
Yeah.
If that was gonna be the case, that's what I would have done. He stopped the fight because he was like, man, you in danger. You're in a predicament where I don't want you to be in. I told you I don't want you to be in that predicament. And you look like you're getting hurt. I don't want you to be hurt further than you are. And so I'm gonna save you. And that's what he did. He ran up, he threw the towel in, he let it be known. This might be a world championship fight, but let's live to fight another day. And you gotta respect that as a father.
Yeah, you got to, man. I want to stay in that moment too, Tez, because I was going to talk about it later, but the fact that is we in the moment right now.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about that because I always look at like Sean Porter's father when he stopped the fight with Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford. Do you see any resemblance in that, or?
So I don't fully see the resemblance in, like, in that particular instance. I didn't feel like I felt like Sean was doing very well in that fight. But then when I think he got dropped. From what I hear, from what Kenny Porter was saying, he got dropped with the same punch that they've been training when they see him getting hit with. So the bottom line is that was Kenny saving Sean from himself. Because Sean would have kept fighting. We all know Sean Porter. He's gonna keep fighting from round 1 to the end of round 12. All the time. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe Kenny Porter saw some things that nobody else, or knew some things and saw the same thing from the camp that we had no idea about. And he ain't want Sean to keep catching that same punch and getting hurt, and get hurt worse than he was getting hurt. You know what I mean? So, I do see a bit of a resemblance. In my fight, I got hurt. I was holding Morrell. The ref pulls my arm down. Boom, I go down. After that, it's all hazy and everything. And so I really, honestly, until my father and them showed me the tape, I didn't remember like how bad it probably was looking. In my mind, though, I was blocking. I caught a shot, and I caught a shot on my hand and woke me up a little bit, and I was ready to fight. But that's why when he stopped it, when the ref stopped it, I immediately turned to like, what you doing? Like, this is a world championship fight. Like, let me keep going. He let me know when my father had stopped. And I was really upset about it. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still upset about it, but the bottom line is I can accept it knowing that it was stopped based upon my safety, my need for safety. I couldn't tell how bad it looked. from the outside. I
Until
only
you see
saw
the
from
tape,
my inside.
yeah.
Yeah, so I see the tape. I can't tell how bad it looks. So like I said, my father then would save me from myself.
Yeah, like you said, I think you summed it up best, Ted. You said it like 5 or 6 minutes ago. You live to see another day. And I
Yeah,
think that's something that fighters, because you wouldn't be a fighter if you didn't have that combatant spirit. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
A combatant spirit
Exactly.
is like, no matter how hard I get hit, I'm still gonna be here to answer the bell. So that's one
For
thing I'm
sure.
glad that you have people in your corner that knows how to override your combatant spirit.
Yeah.
So when I look back on that fight, I look back on, you showed fortitude. You got hurt and you still wanted to answer the bell. But my question to you is, what do you remember most about that fight?
Um, Honestly, I remember being nervous in the moment. When I think about what I did wrong in the fight myself, I feel like I allowed the moment
Okay.
to overwhelm my psyche, and kind of get me out of that zone. It wasn't that I felt like Morrell was just great or he's way better than what I could do or anything. And I felt like in that first round I was touching him a lot, probably more than he's used to getting touched. That's why he kept smiling at me the whole time. I'm like, man, you can
I
smile.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you can smile, but you won't eat this jab. That's cool. You can eat it, and like I will say that he was eating the shit out of the jab. Like it wasn't really affecting him or nothing, but those are points. You know what I'm saying? Those are points. You
Yeah,
gonna
they
eat a
are.
jab, but if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, he still still coming forward. He had really good command of his distancing. And he had some pretty good footwork. Not pretty good. He had great footwork. He's a world champion for a reason. Even with his little bit of fights, you can see the experience in him. You know what I mean? There were things I saw in the fight that I definitely could have done better for sure. But I mean, like I said, you live to fight another day, and I'm here to fight another day.
That's right. You still here. I love it, man. I love it, man. If y'all just getting in here, man, we got Tez Fox in the building, man. This dude
Yeah.
he's going up to Canada to represent the DMV. So make sure you guys go out there and support this guy, man. He took the liberty to come and chop it up with us like a couple of days before his fight, February the 2nd. We appreciate it, man. My next question is when did you know, like, okay, I'm that guy and I'm ready to take this boxing thing on and make it out of the career? When did you know that?
Honestly, man, and people don't believe it, but like 11, 12 years old, man. I knew I was gonna be a boxer. Like right then, I was like, man, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I think I'm trying to think what gym I was in because I've been in several gyms throughout the
Yes, you
throughout
have.
the
Yes,
DMV.
you have.
I might have been in round one. I very well could have been in round one. When I decided, yeah, I'm gonna take this shit seriously. I went in there and I sparred, but I sparred maybe 3 or 4 people, and three or four different people, and they were back to back, and I did well with everybody. And I just kind of right then and there, like, man, this is what I do. I do this, from then on. Like we were running. My father was always on my back about running and everything like that, But I think around that time, I think he saw the difference in like where my spirit was with it. Like this is what I'm trying to do, And I told people a long time ago I was gonna be a boxer, and I just didn't know it was gonna take this long to become a world champion. It's cool, it's a journey and everything, but this is what I do, and this is what I love to do.
Yeah, boxing. Hey, like you said, Tez, you don't play boxing, baby. You can play
Don't
basketball, football. You
absolutely,
don't play boxing, man. I love
absolutely.
it, man. So my next question is, you guys, you guys, you put in a lot of work up there. You got your man sharpshooter outlaw and
For
he
sure.
up there in the camp. So
Yeah, hey,
who
look at this. Look at my eye right here, man. I
I,
owe him first, man. I owe him. This man hit me in the eye, man. I
he
owe
ain't
him
do
for
that
that,
to you,
man.
dog. Friends don't do that to
Yeah,
each other,
man.
man.
He hit me in the, he
He
hit me in the
caught you
eye.
with one, huh?
But the crazy part is he coming one through my glove. I'm like, damn, look at my face. I'm all extra light skinned, man. I don't like that, man. I ain't had no Vaseline on. That was the problem, man. I ain't had no Vaseline on.
Yeah, you ain't greased up right?
Yeah, I didn't, man. I didn't. That was the problem, man.
Oh
So
goodness.
what's that like, man? Because I followed you guys, Tez, man. You guys always up there sparring with
Yeah.
the best. What's that like, man? Getting that A+ spawn sessions, man. What's that like?
Speaking of A+, that's funny. One of my first sparring partners was Anthony Peterson, Lamar Peterson, Dominic Wade, and Fernando Guerrero.
Ah,
Look, when I starting off my pro career, those are my four sparring partners, and they gave me
Wow.
hell. They made sure to not let me make any mistakes in there. I'm not gonna say any mistakes, but less mistakes as possible. And so by the time I got into the ring with somebody on my first 10 fights, those people were nothing at all, like almost nothing at all. I was getting great work between Dom, Lamar, Anthony, and Fernando.
Damn.
I don't think I could have asked. I don't think I could have asked for better work.
Yeah, Taz. And they was in, and you
Yeah,
gotta think, Taz, they was in a prime when you did it.
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That
Damn,
was
that's
some good sparring right there.
some good
Yeah,
sparring,
exactly.
man. But
That's a
man,
hell of a mix up right there.
it is. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Look, I will say this. That's one of the moments where you know to yourself, I really want to do this because to
For sure.
go and spar with these guys, and I'm pretty sure when you first spar them, they probably got at you.
They sunned me.
Yeah, they tested you.
All of them. They sunned me. Yeah, I'm not gonna slight it at all. They sunned me in there. Hey man, hey Ted, good work, man. Keep coming through, man. You got this. It ain't that I ain't touching with stuff with certain punches and everything. It was far and few in between. I was like, damn, like Dom coming, Dom make it. Dom made me make my jab sharp as I don't know what. Because Dom's
Yeah,
jab was lazy at that point in time. Dom's jab was laser sharp. Lamont and Anthony's brains are both incredible. It's like playing chess in there. When you go in there to spar with either one of them, it's like playing chess in there with them with skilled pieces. They both have this. They both have exceptional skills. Lamont is one of the best boxing minds I've ever known. To be
yeah.
perfectly honest with you, and I mean Anthony's the same way. Anthony's the same way. I guess he's a little bit more
He's more
boisterous than
aggressive.
Anthony.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
he's a
more
little more
aggressive than
aggressive.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's definitely, you know what I'm saying? Definitely both of their minds are there. Fernando had the brain, but he was also putting out the work effort. It's like, man, he made me work like I don't know what. He made me work for every moment. They might put Fernando on the back end, make me move, make me move, make me move. I'm like, damn, I'm tired of shit. But when I got my 4-round fights, these dudes had nothing for me. My
Yes.
6-round fight, these dudes had nothing. Even after my 8-round fights, these dudes had nothing for me. My experience in the sparring made it so that those guys were. I mean, I ain't gonna say trash, but like that's what it. In comparison, that's what it was. They were levels above these guys.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Hey, Tez, we about to change this thing up, man. I'm about to turn the show over to the lovely Kiki. She got like 1,000 questions. So I'm gonna let Hey, look, Tez, she been texting me all day, man. She got so many questions for you because Kiki, man, let me tell you, she follows boxing to the fullest, man. She researched you
That's
guys.
good.
She know more about you guys than y'all know about yourself. So I'm gonna turn the floor over to Kiki, man, and let her get her questions in there, man.
Okay, Ted. So I just have a few questions, and then I have a couple in the chat as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
But one of the questions, I guess I'll start off with is, so the fight that you're fighting on February 2nd in Canada against Erik
Bazinyan.
Bazinyan. Yeah. So how do you plan on using your advantages to win this fight? I know one being your height and your reach.
So my elusiveness is also a part of that being tall because a guy like Erik Bazinyan, let's not get that wrong. He's actually 6'1", which isn't short. That's not short at all, but he's not
Yeah.
tall as me.
Yeah, because you're
You know what I'm
6'4", right?
I'm 6'5". My
Oh,
brother's
6'5".
6'4".
Okay. Okay.
So I think it's gonna be a difficult time for him working a taller man. I'm pretty sure he's used to being a taller man all the time. Now having to punch up, I'm gonna make sure I use my height and make him punch up while I'm punching down, using my jab. I'm gonna be able, I know hey, I'm probably one of the first fighters that'll be able to out jab him. You know what I'm saying? I'll maneuver him. He's a very I don't want to. He's not very fleet-footed. He's very like he's kind of like very plodding. He's gonna come forward.
He
He's
sit
gonna
down
stay
a
there
lot.
with both hands. Exactly. He sits down a whole lot. So if I'm moving and making him miss, it's gonna frustrate him. You know what I'm saying? Using my elusiveness, then using my own strength to push him back when I need to. You know, taking over the rounds when I need to and winning the round. Like I said, I don't mind going to a decision. That's fine. I'll box him to a decision, but I'd rather hurt him. I'd rather box him into oblivion. You know, hurt him, and you know if I can stop him, I look at him. I look at the fight. I think a lot of people don't know that at this height I'm a pretty good body puncher.
Yes.
So and
Yeah, he ain't lying. Hey, Slim, I watched the film. I
yeah,
was like, damn, how is he getting to the body? Because
exactly.
typically I've seen a couple of guys pull it off. Tommy Hearns
Yeah,
is one of them. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, he ain't lying, y'all.
Right, being a tall person, they don't expect you to be this tall and chop to the body. So sometimes I get low blow calls when I'm hitting a guy right in his sternum. I'm like, I know I'm not hitting him low. He's too short for me to hit him low. I would have to dip down too low to hit him low. So I need the ref. Sometimes I need refs to pay attention to that. And I definitely tell the ref in the back, just pay attention, man. I make sure if he complains about a low blow, you make sure it's low blow. Because I'm definitely going to chop it to the body. I think he might be a little bit soft to the body. He's a big puncher, and while I make him miss, I'm gonna make him pay with some body shots.
I know that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make him pay, Taz. Make him
Yeah,
pay,
make 'em
Chad.
pay. So another question I have is how would it feel after you've had like I guess a 14-month layoff, right? You've been
Yeah,
last
yes,
fight was
damn, yeah, it has been
Hey,
14.
Kiki. Hey, look. Hey, Ted. She don't be playing, Joe.
Yeah,
So how would it feel after a 14-month layoff to come back and beat this guy who's undefeated for his NABF and NABA title?
it would feel amazing. It'll feel amazing. It's kind of like it's kind of a welcome back type of thing. I'm here. I'm still here type of statement to everybody, to the whole game. Let them know, look, I'm here. But this dude's 28-0, 20 knockouts, and if I stop him, if I give him his first loss, and not only I give him his first loss, I stop him. It's like, geez, this dude might be serious, man. I really want this fight to be kind of a reemergence, you know, a resurgence of SlyAza. You know, so like I want people to know, like I want to put the super middleweight division on notice, like okay, you know, he had a couple losses, but this dude is still sure he's still a threat. You know,
Yes.
I definitely still want to be perceived as one of the biggest threats in the game.
Okay. Yeah. So 2023, are you looking into getting more fights and staying more active this year?
I mean, absolutely. This fight, I'm hoping this would be the first fight of maybe I would say 4, but I mean I'm looking at I think 3 is probably the max I might can get this year, but I would love to have 4 fights. I love staying active. I've only in 1 year of my career I've been pro for it'll be 12 years soon. 12 years in July 31st actually.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 12 years for me as a pro, but there's only been 1 year of my career where I had 5 fights.
Okay.
And I've had in my 12-year career span, I've almost had about 3 years of inactivity.
Okay.
So this 14 months will probably adds on to maybe the 3rd year of inactivity.
Okay. And one of them you had was just because of injury, right? That was the
One
only
was
reason.
one was a long year for injuries. One was just promoter and manager stuff I had to get in and out of. And then this right here, just again, promoter stuff. I'm not really even sure why I'm inactive, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay, and then I had one more question, and then I have a couple in the chat. But I wanted
Okay.
to know, I know you're trying to stay active and everything in 2023, and I know you do have a fight coming up, and I know that's what you
Yeah.
focus on. But is there any particular fight that you like to have next after this one? Anybody you want to fight? Anybody in
No, I
mind?
mean, honestly, Kiki, you know, I ain't even thinking past this fight. Honestly, we got to get this joint
Yeah,
done
just
here.
stay focused. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm focused on Erik Bazinyan, but you know, of course, I'm looking at everybody, you know, to try to get my name back out there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Caleb Plant looked great against Anthony Durrell.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I think
That's what I figured.
that's a hell of a fight. You know,
That was
David
serious. She said she
Benavidez.
figured that.
Shut up, Siri.
David Benavidez, man. Like the thing is, so with Caleb Plant, man, I see he about to fight Benavidez, man. You know, I don't mind going out to his camp, man. I
Yeah.
actually was out in camp with Joshua Bawasi
Okay.
I'm sorry, last year, like around May. You know, that was a great camp. You know what I'm saying? So if Caleb wants to call me out for his camp, I'm thinking about going out for that too. I would love to do that for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's fine with
That'd be
me.
a good
You know,
opportunity.
A
Yeah,
great
yeah.
opportunity,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the chat. So we had a question from Sin111506. He wanted to know, how do you feel about the politics in boxing?
I feel like there are too many politics about it. Too much politician type stuff, man. It's like this is the thing. This is the biggest thing about it. The politics in boxing are why we make so much money. But also, when you look at like the UFC, those guys may get the fight. They may fight whomever. It doesn't matter how many losses you guys. As long as you put on a good
Yes.
fight, you're out there. That's actually I would love if we did it more like that still, but like I said, the people who have the money are what controls this game for real. So we can't, it's our job as boxers just to fight, and then fight till you get the biggest money you possibly can. That's it. Politics in boxing is just that. They're gonna be politics. You gotta fight through that.
The next one is from Juan Marshall. I guess maybe kind of similar. He wanted to know, how frustrating is the business side of boxing?
Super frustrating. Super duper frustrating, man. I say I've accumulated almost 3 years off. 3 years of inactivity. Where well, let's not forget COVID too.
Yeah,
My brother and I were on. We were on a bunch of those COVID cards, but
Yeah, I
it
remember
still was a
that.
long time where no one was boxing at all.
Yes.
So y'all gotta remember that too. It was times we fought in we didn't mind. Neither of us minded going and fighting with no crowd, nothing like that. I don't need the crowd to fight anyway. I barely hear the crowd as it was. You know what I'm saying? So the business side of boxing just, it's frustrating, man. Like I said, handling promoters, handling managers and stuff like that. Sometimes they're in your face too much. They're in your face too much. They're kind of controlling things behind the scenes too, and it's just like, man, you're like, damn, I just want to fight this guy. But sometimes they like, and this is the thing too. It helps and hurts because sometimes they may stall us out to make sure we make bigger money, which
Okay.
ultimately is the goal. I'm not here to fight for free. I'm here to take care of my family, my now and future family. So, I can't complain and stuff like that. Let me get that more money.
right.
But also, like I said, if I could, if fighters could, we'd fight every other week. That's it.
Yeah, I
Well,
love
real
that.
fighters. Let me say real fighters.
Yeah, yeah. So Mel has a question. He likes asking this question. He wants to know who your favorite football team is.
Oh my God. Shout
We
out to
know
my
who
man
his
Big
is.
Man.
So I guess
Special shout out to my man Big Man. That's my bodyguard at work, man.
Man, I really don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was a Dallas fan for a little bit.
that's
Then we saw that Jerry Jones stuff come out, and I don't know, man. I can't get behind a team like that. I know we supporting the team, but I can't support
I
this
feel you.
guy too.
I
You know what
feel
I'm
you.
saying? That's weird.
yeah.
It's weird to me. Growing up, I was a Raiders fan with my pops, my brother, for a long time. But then when I said I like Dallas too, I was like, I'm gonna have one NFC team, one AFC team. My father kicked me off of the Raiders band. Right? He said,
He
nah,
said you gotta
you can't
choose
be a
one.
Raiders fan no more. He said, man, we used to have an old rivalry, man. You can't be a Raiders fan and a Dallas fan, man. Get up out of here, man. He
And
wasn't playing either.
Mel's other question, I think you answered this. He wanted to know how many
Yeah,
times you plan on fighting this year.
I would
Did
love
you?
to fight 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4
I like
times.
that.
3 or
I like
4.
that for you, Tez. I really do.
I
That's
would
a
love
good
that, man.
number.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then Jamar Hill said, who will be your dream fight? Who's your dream fight?
dream fight right now. Dream fight right. I mean, the biggest money fight is Canelo. You know what I'm saying? That's a dream right there. Okay, damn, okay.
Yeah.
That's retirement money right there, man. You know what I'm saying? But not just speaking on the money. I think Canelo's a really good fighter, but I think David Benavidez is a hell of a fight too.
Yes, it is.
Mhm. Mhm. Let's see. We got another one. Oh, okay. John, what's up, Jonathan Hurst?
Special shout out to my cousin Jonathan Harris and Jonathan Harris, man. We appreciate you for chiming in, champ.
So he
Yeah,
wanted to know, who did you look up to coming up in boxing? Who influenced you the most?
man. Just looking up to before we go into like who I watch most of all the time, but like looking up to, of course, it was Anthony Lamont Peterson, and then I mean Dom's only a few, maybe 3 years older than me, but
Yeah.
definitely looked up to Dominic Wade, man. We went to all the tournaments we went to with Dominic Wade, watching him win and destroy anybody that was in front of him. Made it like he made us all feel like, man, look, we got to do this, man. We can definitely do this. Definitely looking up to him, looking up to the Peterson brothers. Um, when I look back at who I might have watched, of course, Tommy Hearns. That's not even
Yes.
a question. But I think a lot of people don't know that I used to be small, and that's where my boxing style got birthed from. I used to be the shorter guy. I used to be this tall as a kid. So I would watch people like Pernell Whitaker, Mayweather, you know what I'm saying, Ray Leonard and shit like that. Those are people that they aren't that tall. But I mean, another fighter I think is a great influence, Michael Nunn.
Yeah,
Michael
yes.
second to
I
none.
like that,
He's a
Tez. I
hell of a
like
fighter,
that,
brother.
man. Yes. Had the
Yeah.
Hell of
little
a fighter,
Bobby
man.
Brown fade. My man, hey, Michael Nunn
Man, I'm
was
telling you. Nah,
Michael
for
Nunn was
real.
the real
For real.
deal.
For real. That dude was Michael Nunn was the truth, man. When you watch this fight against James Toney, he
Yes.
was whipping James Toney's ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was. For every round until he got caught.
So he got caught,
Whipping
man.
James Tony's ass.
Yep.
Michael Nunn was like that. Like
Mhm.
that. I looked at
He
Gerald
he had a
McClellan too.
good year, man. He had like 4 or 5 good years, man, where
I'm
he
sure.
dominated, man.
I'm sure. I looked at I like Mildred Taylor too. Mildred Taylor
That's
was
a
like
good.
I said
Yeah.
that was my short when I was short. That's we watched. My father showed me Mildred Taylor Chavez, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I want to see what you learn from this fight." So I'm watching the fight, and Mildred is whipping Chavez ass. I'm
Yes.
like, Dad, what I need to learn from this? I don't need. He said, man, just keep watching, keep watching, just keep watching, just keep watching, keep watching. Boom! I'm like, oh shit, I caught. Damn, what? He's like, he said, now what you learn? I said, man, you got what he said. What you should learn from this is you got to stay on point at
All
all
times.
times. At all times, this fight to all times. You get knocked down, you get up, you handle yourself so you can make it out the fight too, man. You always stay on point from round one to the end, and that's it. And I was like, damn, man, yeah, man, because he was whooping his ass. There's no way in the world.
I rem-
I said, this ref kind of cheated.
yeah. I remember that fight, man. Richard Steele was the most hated
Oh my God.
referee
Yes.
ever,
That was
man.
ridiculous,
Everybody
man.
remember that fight.
Man, that was ridiculous, man. That's a no. Never do that. I said when I was short. That's why I'm watching people like that, man.
Mm.
Pernell, Mildred, excuse me, Ray Leonard, Mayweather, all them.
Yeah, so Tez, you got an advantage, Tez, because you grew up as a guy like me, a 5'6", 5'7" guy, but you end up and you gained all of the agility of a
Yeah,
5'6", 5'5" guy,
yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
you end up being 6'5".
Yes,
So
sir.
that's big, man. That's a
Yeah,
big
man.
advantage, man.
Major,
Yeah.
major,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 2 more questions, Lou, in the chat, and
Okay,
then I'll turn it
okay,
over to you.
okay.
So Juan Marshall, he said, realistically, how much more time will you give the sport?
Realistically, one, probably. I'm thinking maybe 35, 36, man. That's that's
Okay.
that's it, man. That's it. You
Okay.
know, I mean, people do boxing to their late, into their 40s. I mean, 50s. You got people who've been champion at 50, but I've been doing this for a long time, man. And I feel like my body tells me all the time, bro, you've been doing this for a long time. You probably need to rest sometime soon. It just right now we got to get to it. Like I said, I want to be able to take care of my family, my future, my now and future family.
Yeah.
So we gotta, I got some things now. I got some ground to make up. I think. And that's what we here for. That's what we here for. February 2nd, Erik Bazinyan, man. I mean, he's just kind of in my way, and that's it, man. That's what we here for.
Is it gonna be televised or online or anything?
It should be on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
I had a Tiger Promotions presents. I had a Tiger Promotions presents. It should say Erik Bazinyan versus Alantez Fox. It should be on ESPN Plus. If you go down to the boxing tab, that should definitely come up. But like it is one of those.
We definitely want to see that fight.
Be tuned in.
It's kind of under the radar. It's kind of a little bit under the radar, but it will happen.
Okay. Yeah, because if we wouldn't have known you was fighting until if we wouldn't have had Mike on here, that's how we knew.
That's how we found
out. You
signed
the contract. That's when we knew. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known. That's how we knew.
Oh, well, I'm glad I had Mike on too, man.
Yeah. Okay. So this the last one, Lou. So Sin 11-15-06 said, how do you handle adversity in the ring now versus the past?
I think if I was to speak specifically about my Andre fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the midst of that fight, I didn't know why there was so much pain. I just know there was a lot. And so when I went to the doctor, and the doctor looked at the fight and everything, and he actually explained. He said, "There's no way you could have thrown a good hook in there. The fact that you were even throwing your arm is a miracle, because that's why you were damaging so much. You weren't supposed to be throwing it. But I was in a lot of pain throughout that fight. My assessment, my take from that fight was, the bottom line is, if one arm is down or halfway good, then you got to be able to pump the other arm. Look at Gary Russell's fight. I don't remember the guy's name, but look at Gary Russell's fight where he hurt his arm. But he looked amazing with his left hand only.
Yeah, Cruz.
Incredible. Cruz, there we go.
Yeah.
He looked incredible. And that, honestly, looking at that fight, it made me, it almost, it made me feel a little bit bad. Like, damn, like I should look this good. This is exactly what should have happened in my fight. Something like this. And Andre isn't gonna press forward. Like, he wouldn't have pressed forward like that.
Nah, he wouldn't, because you had him on his heels all. I watched that fight. You had him on his heels all night. I watched.
He knew I was a bigger dude, man. He knew I was a bigger dude, and I mean, like, even the time he came in there, like, he better knock me out. I touched him with some stuff on the inside that I could still hit him with. I'm like, man, you ain't strong enough for that. You know what I'm saying? He hit me like, all right, I'm gonna go back to boxing, and I really couldn't catch up to him. You're not gonna be able to catch up to him, man, in boxing at that level. And shout out to Demetrius Andre, because he's a really good champion. You ain't gonna catch up to a guy at that level only using one hand, only using the one injured arm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Lou, that's it in the chat, and I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
That's right, man. If y'all just getting in here, man, chime in, man. Tez Fox is in the building. He decided to lend us his services today. This man got a fight February the 2nd, man, and he decided that he was gonna come to Live with Liteskin Lou and kick it with us. So put those questions and comments in the chat, man, because these guys, look, they ain't gotta be here, but they decided to be here, so we got to show them guys some respect. He's about to go up to Canada and represent DMV to the fullest. Special shout out to Wheels of Steel, Juan Marshall, my man Arsenio, Jonathan Harris, Caesar Fantastic. What's that guy name who I just met? Kiki, what's his name? Adolfo, man. We really appreciate you guys for chiming in. Tez, they know good boxing. They know when a guy comes on the channel and you about to go up there and kick ass, man. They already know this.
Yes, sir.
And pronoun must be God was in here too.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, my shirt. It says "and new." That's
and new. Yes. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's right.
That's an injury taking up there.
Carpenter. Yeah,
I like Lorenzo Carpenter in the building, man.
Yes.
For all y'all out there who don't understand what this guy got on his shirt, what he's telling you is he gonna go up there, he gonna kick ass, and he gonna be the new champion. That's right.
For sure.
I got a couple more questions, man, Tez, and then we're gonna let you get out of here, because when you first came on the show, you told me and Kiki that you got miles to put in. So we don't want to stop you from doing that. This man
y'all. Let me be as long as I want to. Shit. Keep going.
Yeah. So my next question is like you said, it's been like 12 or 13 years you've been in the game, right?
Yeah,
Professional.
12.
Just probably 20 years all around.
Mhm.
How would you describe your journey thus far?
It's been rough, man. It's been a rough and tumble journey, man. You know, we've had great success and great triumph, but also, you know, great failure, great or big failure. Let me just say big failure, not great failure, but big failure, big loss of opportunity, I believe. You know, like I said, man, throughout my pro career, I've had 2 or 3 years of inactivity, and I think sometimes that inactivity, I mean, not sometimes, for everybody knows being out of the ring for a long time can be detrimental. The only person we've ever really seen just do it, not only person, but one of the only person we've ever seen do it is, I mean, is Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
A year off, a year or two off, and just I'm back. Like even watching Gary's fight, he hurt his shoulder and had an immaculate fight. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Gary Russell Jr. Man, that was a hell of a fight for you to have injured your arm in camp, still get to the fight and make it so this dude, it really, we were all arguing that Gary could have won that fight. The
Yeah.
only thing I think only thing I think um really stopped him from winning that fight is the activity of the other guy. It wasn't that he was hitting Gary with a lot of shots. It wasn't that he was landing the better shots. Gary was clearly landing the better shots. He might have been he just was throwing more. His
His
activity.
timing was better. Yeah, his timing was
Yeah,
better.
his activity was that's it. You know what I'm saying? He just made it so I'm gonna be active and it's going and because Gary's down one arm, he made it so he has to kind of run. Gary knows I'm not gonna try to rumble him with one arm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even when I was watching that fight and I fell asleep. And I think I woke up for the last round. I'm like, Gary is punishing this dude. I knew he was gonna punish this dude. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it off. I ain't even finished the 12th round. I wake up the next morning. I go to the barber shop and talk to my father. He said Gary lost. I'm like, where? How? How did that even happen?
Yeah, that's
So
correct.
you
And
know,
that,
so
and that's
that's
just
it.
boxing, man. That guy was on the roll. He was
Yeah,
active. And honestly, I don't think they really care for Gary Russell too much. And people
they
might say,
do.
well, that don't have anything to do with it. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
It
it
does a
does.
lot.
These
If they
guys,
don't care for you,
they
they
want
show it.
be champions who they want to be champions. And your
Yep.
job is to go in there and knock these dudes out. So
Yep.
it won't be no questions to go into the scorecards. Because we can look back, Tez, the last 10 years. I can name you 5 robberies, one being in your family alone, where
Shit.
clearly the guy won the fight. But
Mhm.
the powers to be, if I should say, had
Yeah.
other plans, man. So that
Absolutely.
goes
I
without
agree with you
saying.
100%.
So during these 14 months of layoff, I mean, you came off of a loss. I was
Mhm.
just curious of what did you learn about yourself during these 14 months of being off?
During these 14 months, I mean, I learned I'm resilient. You know, I did. I think like so. I've been going to therapy too. So those are things that help out my patience with people, with the game, with what I'm doing and everything. Like a lot of stuff, I just learned. I learned more so just to keep going, man. Just keep grinding, man. Those are the biggest things. I don't think we're doing anything wrong personally. I
Okay.
think we're working hard. I mean, my family, everybody in my gym, we work hard as I don't know what. Anybody that comes into our gym, I tell you, we work hard as I don't know what.
I do.
You know, and I don't think it's not that we're not working hard more than we're just not capitalizing on opportunities. Or like in Mike's case, the opportunities are being taken from us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like I said, we work too damn hard to only be where we are now. We should be much further. Me and my brother and I, even Greg Outlaw, we should all be millionaires. And that's it. We should be rolling up. Everybody should know who we are.
That's
Everybody
right.
knows who Mike. Everybody knows who Mike is just based upon that robbery. But
Mhm.
this should be worse. Mike said, "Oh, Spence slid in his DMs on Twitter. Yeah, they robbed you, bro."
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Everybody
That's
knows
that's
that.
real.
Yeah,
That's
that
some
that
real
was
stuff,
And
crazy.
I
bro.
remember
Crazy
watching a
robbery.
video I had researched when I was interviewing your brother, Lennox Lewis, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah,
Yeah, kind of went back
Yeah,
and
that's
looked
what he
for
was
him
telling us.
and talked to him, man. That
yeah. He
that
told me say
goes a
no.
long way.
Him and Joe Goosen. They both commented. We took a picture with them in the end. They went to the back. He was like, bro, I don't know what that was. This Lennox Lewis. He was like, bro, I don't know what that was. He said, man, you boxed him. He said, but and Joe Mr. Goosen said that. He said, oh yeah, the WBA, man, they're kind of what he said is they're kind of shit. They're kind of shit, you know,
just
and
like that, right?
they do, you know, they kind of do what they want to do, blah blah blah. You know, I was like, sheesh, for real, it's like that. And I mean, you know it, okay. I mean, at least we not tripping. At least we aren't just tripping. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because these stories people might not believe, but guess what? I know it happened because guess what? I do my research, and I also looked at a video doing my research of you guys are talking to Sam from PBS. I don't know what fight it was out there. Yeah, you guys were talking about what year was that, Tez?
2019, I think.
Yeah.
I got it on my Instagram.
Yeah. What was that conversation like? Because here you got a guy who's running pretty much PBC. He's one of the guys that helped make PBC run around. What was that conversation like?
So all I basically told him was, man, you know, y'all got fighters at that point in time. I was fighting. I might have just started. I was fighting 60. So and this is matter of fact, it was right before the pandemic, right before we went into
exactly.
It was right before the pandemic. I talked to him and I just told him, I said, man, look, y'all got to do it at 60, man. I got at this point in time, I still only had that one loss to Andre. I'm like, man, look, y'all only got one loss to Demetrius Andre, man. Y'all and I said, and I had a bum arm. Y'all got 160-pound fighters, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. All you gotta do is make the call, man. You know, just call me, man. I'm ready to fight whenever they want to fight, whenever y'all want to. So just at middleweight, anybody you got at middleweight, just send them my way, man. Just send me a contract, I'll fight them. And that was basically the gist of the conversation. He kind of sort of shook it off, but then lo and behold, during the quarantine, we ended up fighting there, and I ended up shaking his hand, let him know, hey, what's going on, Mr. Watson? How you feeling? What's up, man? Yeah, I remember y'all back at the MGM. Yeah.
But you know what stood out to me the most, Tez, and I don't know if you remember this. When you guys he looked at y'all height, and when y'all told him what weight y'all fought, he looked, I don't know if you remember this, but I just watched it a couple hours ago, and he was like, y'all some big boys.
What? He said middleweight. Oh, damn. Yeah. No, he was definitely taking the back on that. I think once that made him like, hey man, y'all heard about that Fox kid, this and the third, blah blah. I'll tell you this the funny thing too, about Sam Watson. I don't remember how, but my father got in touch with him.
Okay.
And I probably was around 12-0. Father got in touch with him. And he told me, he said, Sam Watson. He said, yeah, what's going on? He said, man, it's Troy Fox, man. You know, I got a fighter, my son, man, he 12-0. Man, we looking for some opportunities, right? And so he said, man, he 12-0. Oh, well, how many knockouts he got? He said, man, he got, I think right now he got 4. He said, what, he can't punch? Right, hey, listen, that's it.
Sam straight up, man. I met Sam. He's straight up.
It's hilarious. It kind of put a chip on my shoulder and my father's shoulder. So we kind of switched up some of the training we was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
and now you got 13 knockouts, don't you? 13?
Yeah. Like I went on right after that fight, I went on like an 8 fight knockout streak.
Tez was like, fuck that. Y'all ain't about to have me out here thinking I ain't got no power.
Not talking to me like that, man. And look, this is the thing. And I want y'all to pay attention to that on February 2nd. If I stop Erik Bazinyan, it's not gonna be me knocking him out. It's gonna be a body shot.
Okay.
Look for that.
Yeah.
Look for that. I got a lot of stoppages with my body shot. Okay. And that's, I mean, like I said, for man my height, I chopped the body very well. So I'm gonna tell you who I like to watch. What's his name? 175. His name's now. It's Zurdo Ramirez. Another dude, big dude, tall dude, chops to the body, something serious. And they don't like, a lot of people don't like that. I mean, he fought Bivol, but I don't know if anybody's gonna be Bivol. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
you know,
at
there's that.
175, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's tough there.
That's tough, man. Speaking of tough, man, who has been your toughest opponent thus far? I mean, you
Toughest
got
opponent.
you 28 fights, 30 some fights in, man. Who has been your toughest opponent thus far?
Toughest opponent. Mm. I mean, so this is the thing. Went through stages in my career, right?
Okay.
And I mean, of course, man, younger me to me now is different from them, right? But I remember this one fight. Like, damn, I can't remember this guy's name, man. It might have been like my. Mm, it might have been like my 9th or 10th fight or something like that. I can't remember. I can't even remember his name. But anyway, this guy, he was like 6 and 8 or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was a taller guy. And I remember at the end of I remember before the fight, my father was like a little mock interview. He said, "What you gonna do in this fight?" He said, "I'm gonna knock this nigga out. I'm gonna knock this nigga fuck out." Blah blah. And I hit this man with every punch in the book. Hurt him to the body. I was hurting. He just wouldn't go anywhere. Damn, I want to remember his name so bad. I gotta look at my box record. But man, that's the beginning of that's a big part of my career. That was probably one of the toughest guys I'd ever fought. Because I mean, even my father said, he said, man, he started talking to promoter. He was mad at promoter, talking about, man, y'all keep putting me in there with these good ass dudes, man. What about me? But I'm like, damn, why this dude ain't going nowhere, bro? Why this dude is, and he could punch too. He could punch a little bit too. He hit me. I was like, man, don't hit me like that. And I'm still banging him out. I'm banging him out, and I didn't. This is the thing. I didn't. He was so tough. I didn't knock him out. I didn't stop him, but they still gave him 6-day suspension because he was taking so much punishment. But he could take it. It was nothing he couldn't take. And I guess on the latter part of my career, I mean, one of the toughest guys to fight was definitely Morrell. That was my last fight and everything. He, like I said, he's very skilled. Even if I was touching him, I could tell his skills are like that. And Andre was definitely, he was a good fighter. He's very, and this is what we look at when we look at Demetrius Andre. He's very awkward. He's very like he's not flamboyant. He's not flashy, and nothing to me in my mind watching him. There aren't a bunch of or isn't a bunch of stuff that you can fundamental stuff you can show your fighter. Man, look, man, watch this right here.
Mm-hmm.
But his mind for the game, his punch selection, and his abilities in that joint make him one hell of a fighter. Like he can move very well. His eyes are very good. His defense is pretty good. And even though the punches are like awkward and dumb looking sometimes, he picked that on his own. He picked it, made it work, and it's touching. And he has very good accuracy. I mean, honestly, he probably should be further than he is.
Yeah, I agree. He's a good fighter.
He's actually a top tier fighter.
Yeah, he is. And I remember watching the interview. You was in the gym. I think you had just got finished working out, and you said you wanted that rematch. And yeah. So is that something that you still look forward to, or
if it was to happen, yeah, for sure. I'm fully healthy now. It'd be an entirely different fight now. Entirely different fight. I would definitely give him all he wants. Respect to the champ, but like, yeah, I would definitely give him all he wants these days.
I like that. Hey, Kiki, you hear this? Because I look at hey Tez, I've asked for the last 5 or 6 weeks, one of my questions was toughest opponent. And it's always an opponent who you wouldn't think. Because like you said, boxing is about matchups.
Yeah, for sure.
What you can do to a person or what they can do to you and what you can't stop and vice versa. So I like asking that question because you never know what name you're going to hear.
Yeah,
and you named the guy who I got thousands of names and hundreds of names over it. And this guy ain't even in the thing because, like you say, he probably a fighter. He just had a style that gave you problems. And that's what I love about boxing, man. It's about
you just never know.
Yeah, you just never know. So I got
It's
two
always
more.
gonna be about who can make the adjustment.
Exactly. That's what it's
Mhm.
about, making the adjustment. What a fighter can and can't do to you decides whether or not you get the W or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, you got to answer this, man. Ducking and boxing. Is it true or is it just politics where fighters is like, I don't want to take that risk? Because I personally, Tez, don't feel like another fighter who's been fighting all his life is scared of another fighter. What's your thoughts on that?
So I agree with you 100%. And in this game, I don't think it's ever a fighter that says no to an opponent. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna say never. I'm not gonna say never, but it's more rare than what it seems like.
Mhm.
It's normally about money or about which promotional company you deal with or what have you, or which advisors you may deal with.
Yeah.
Like and everybody, the most famous duck right now is Terrence Earl.
Mhm.
Yes.
But in my mind, it's not a duck. If I'm telling y'all I need to see a contract, I need to see some paperwork for my money because I just got out of a situation where I don't really know about, I wasn't really sure about my promotional company, my promoter. Then I mean, it's not really a duck. I'm trying to make the most money, to get the most bang for my buck.
Right.
It's me out here. It's me out here that's fighting, bro. I'm not
Yes.
going.
Mhm.
I know for a fact you can make some money. Talking about turns where Earl probably can make money. He gonna make money regardless in that PBC round because
Yep.
Al gets these people paid. But for Terrence, he probably like, man, look, man, you gonna make some money. I can make some money too. I got some money on the side, man. I'm getting millions like you getting millions. Now he might not be getting as much millions, but he is getting millions.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? From what I hear, is contract. There's a contract dispute right there. But actually, even me coming up, like for me coming up, honestly speaking, like Erik Bazinyan is 27. At 27, if I was 27 right now, and we were fighting, and we were matched up to fight, they wouldn't have took me. They wouldn't have took my fight. So now, in my mind, I got to go back to being that fighter, being that dominant
Okay.
force again, right?
Okay.
But
Mhm.
I had so many coming up. I had so many people not fight me based upon their promoters. Like, nah, we're not gonna take the risk. This guy 6'5", he can actually fight. There's no need, right? I mean, I'm gonna tell one of the people I got a name on was Tony Harrison.
Okay.
Tony Harrison. And so I got that name. Somebody said brought that name up. And so I went to Twitter about it. Like, man, what's up, man? What's good? Like, why you don't want to fight me? This and the third, blah blah. And so my
Put that
father,
out
like, he
there.
said, yeah, my father, like, bruh, it ain't Tony Harrison that don't fight. He don't even, because the first thing Tony Harrison, bro, who are you? But that's you gotta think. That's you gotta think. Sometimes your name as an opponent doesn't even get to the desk of the fighter.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get to the phone of the
So
fighter.
true.
Never. It never comes. The fighter never gets the name. He just the powers that be, the managers and the promoters. They deal with that jump like, nah, we're good. We'll cut that. We'll cut that right now. We won't even need to think about that fight. And
Mhm.
that's just how it is.
Yeah,
You
Mhm.
know
because
what I'm
it's
saying? So
like,
that's how the whole game is.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's
yeah, that's the
true.
truth, man. We follow boxing long enough to know
Mhm.
like the temperature of it and how we don't
Yeah,
know everything. We don't know contract, but
Mhm.
we
for
got
sure.
common sense tests to know like how this thing roll, man. Like
Mhm.
classics. I look at Adrian Broner with BLK. He was supposed to fight what's the guy?
Racking or something
Hank
like
Lundy.
that. Right.
Yeah, and then
But
he's supposed to fight Hank Lundy. And
yeah.
that
Yeah,
to my understanding, it fell apart. So for me, politics and boxing, it does stop a lot of fights
for
because
sure.
I know Hank Lundy ain't scared of Broner and Broner ain't scared of Hank Lundy. But this goes
Mhm.
No,
back to what we're saying. It's about politics. For whatever
it's about
reason,
part. Absolutely.
it's about politics. So for me, that does hurt boxing a little bit.
Mhm.
But it's guys like Tez, man, that make and your brother Mike that makes
Yeah,
boxing has that bright light because man, you
yeah.
guys, y'all don't care who y'all fight. Mike, I interviewed you
No,
guys on another podcast about a year ago in the same temperature, man. You look at your resume, man. You fought Boo Boo. You fought David Morrell, who they got as this next best thing. And I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that it was no question when the fight came across y'all desk. It was like, look,
No.
Boom,
It's
sign the
never.
contract. Let's get it.
No, it's never. It's never a question. It's never a question. Just because I got $3, I don't look at myself as less than ever. I always look at myself as the top dog. I always think I can win. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So it's never gonna be a time where they put a name on my desk. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, they would. I mean, we teased at fighting Triple G a couple times too. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yeah, nah, it's good. You don't even do that. Just chill out. You know what I'm saying? But
But
I'm
it's
gonna
the,
work.
it's
I'm
the
gonna work all the time.
I don't know if you know, man. Oscar De La Hoya got like 6 or 7 losses on his resume,
Yeah,
but he fought the best. He
yeah,
fought Shane twice. He fought Bernard. He fought Trinidad,
right,
Vargas,
right,
Obaka. He fought all these guys
right.
in their prime. So that's one of the resumes I look back, Tez, and be like, I wouldn't mind having that resume, even though he didn't win. But it's the
Oh
fact
yeah,
that he fought these fighters in their
yeah,
prime, and that makes it big. It helps the game of
for
boxing,
sure.
the
My
sport
bad,
of
bro.
boxing, man.
For sure, absolutely. I 100% agree with you, Lou. 100%.
So it's one, and that's why I'm glad we got guys like you. Hey, Kiki Tez probably look. Let me give you this. And he probably see the contract. Oh, that's such and such, man. Man, just give me the
Only thing I'm looking at
motherfucking
is
day.
the
We're
money,
gonna
man.
pull
Only
up.
thing I look is the money.
Yeah,
What day we gotta get ready for?
yeah.
I've taken fights on 7 days notice. I've taken fights on 2 weeks notice. Like my fight, I fought Bernardo Montez on was that CBS Sportsnet or CBS Sportsnet. I fought him on 7. That was literally 7 days
Mm-hmm.
notice, 6 or 7 days notice for real. You know, I'm in the gym thinking I'm not about to have a fight. They said, man, oh yeah, we need somebody to fill in, man. You think you can do it? This sounds like Lou DiBella and DiBella Entertainment. Shout out to Lou DiBella, man, because he definitely got me the opportunity. But we got in that joint and I started them in the second round. But that's me just being ready. I stay ready, so I don't have to
Stay
get ready.
ready
I'm
so you
always
don't
in the
gotta get
gym.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm always in the gym. Like it's never.
that's
It's like this camp was the first camp I ever have done 8 weeks a full 8 weeks of camp. I
Wow.
wow.
normally do 6. Yeah, I normally do 6 because I'm always in the gym. This time we wanted to focus on just making everything good, making sure everything's sharp and crisp before we do it. Make sure we go in there with the game plan we want to go in with. You know what I'm saying? Versus, I mean, being us versus trying to make an adjustment to them. Like let's go ahead and sharpen up everything we can sharpen up on us and make them fight the best me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I don't normally need 8 weeks of camp. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? But this I think 8 weeks of camp is why people go in there so mean though. That's what I realized because this 8 weeks of camp it gets to be grueling. It gets to be it's been pissing me off. It's been pissing me off. And this week right here, I'm hungry. I'm hungrier than normal because I'm cutting weight and everything. But I've been in camp for too long, man. I'm pissed. I'm getting angry at
So
everything. You know what I'm saying?
so Tez, let me ask you that. Okay. I know, I've been following boxing for long. I got 2 younger brothers, Lamar Peters and Andy Peters. They fought and I watched their journey. So I kind of
Yeah.
understand where you're going. But I'm just curious, what's the most frustrating part for Tez, man, doing that training camp? What's the most frustrating part?
Cutting weight. Cutting weight. I
Number
Everybody.
mean,
one
the spawn.
answer.
Sometimes the sparring gets on your nerves, but like most times, sparring is motivational. Like so, I'll tell you this. I went up 2 weeks in a row, 2 Mondays in a row with Jesse Hart. Right, the
Mm-hmm.
first Monday of Jesse Hart, I'm not saying he whipped my ass, but he gave me enough. He gave me good enough work where I was like, yeah, I got to step my shit up.
Okay.
And the second sparring session, he definitely could tell the difference. And he told me, he said, "Yeah, bro, you came back on a mission, bro. Yeah, man. When the next time you come back, we're gonna be on some shit." And I told him like that's like Jesse Hart that's my guy. I
I
had
like Jesse
always heard
Hart.
him. Yeah, I had always heard of him through our amateur ranks, man. They said, man, he was talking shit as he beat up some of the fighters around here and everything. So
Yeah, he
I
fought
never really met
Demond a
him in
couple
person.
years ago. I remember him. I watched
Right,
that fight with Demond
right,
Nicholson.
right.
He's tough.
So yeah, so I'd heard about him throughout the amateurs, man. I heard how great he boxed. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody was comparing him and my style. You know what I'm saying? All the time, he's like, man, yeah, this man will box. Y'all box damn it just alike, man. He put that stick. He got that stick on him. All that shit, man. That shit like this. You know, he moves well. All that. He said, and he was out here talking shit. Like he fought Demetrius, and when he fought in, I want to say the USA's, he fought Demetrius Ballard, and he fought
Mm-hmm.
I think he fought Jerry Odom. You know, these are top tier guys from around the way. And they said, and Antoine Douglas too. Top tier guys from around the way that they said Jesse Hart dismantled.
Wow.
They said he dismantled.
Jesse Hart, he tough, man. He tough.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? I think and we spoke to Jesse about that, and he's just like and we wonder why he got away from his boxing skills and ability he kind of went through the same thing I went through where Bama saying you ain't knocking Bama's out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I got that too. And what happens is you dumb your game down to make it look better. And every time in any fashion, any form, when you dumb your game down, your skills diminish. That's how that works. So I feel the same way. When I started dumbing it down to try to get a knockout that everybody want, I started my skills diminished. And now I feel like my skills back up now. Like I said, for this fight right here, February 2nd, I'm gonna go sun this young man. It's gonna be a clinic. But like I needed to be so much of a clinic. They just be like, hey, that's it. You good. We don't need him to fight no more. We don't need to see anymore.
That 8 weeks, man, that's gonna help. Like I know the difference between 6 and 8. Although those extra 2 weeks, you know, you cutting that weight and you more frustrated. But Tez, let me tell you, it pays so much dividend, man.
Yeah.
It does, because you get that extra 2 weeks. Oh, I'm pretty sure you guys are working on technical stuff, like the details of the game. Exactly.
It's here. Because that extra 2 weeks, is now. It's like, I got 2 more weeks. I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm hungry. I'm literally hungry as shit right now. I'm talking to y'all. I'm starving. I'm ready.
Let me tell you, like,
yeah, because look, the last time when you interviewed them, he on the other,
he was in the kitchen cooking.
He was making food. They was in the kitchen cooking and eating.
That's funny as shit.
Oh man, special shout out to my man Michael Fox. He just checked in, man. Little bro just checked in, champ.
What's up, Professor? Professor?
Right, and that's why let me tell you, Tez, when you guys first come on the show, I show love because, and it ain't just because I'm trying to run my show for numbers. This shit is from the heart because I come from a boxing family.
Yes,
I know what it's like. Lamont is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. When that Bama cutting weight, Tez, you do not want to be around him because he can be an ass. Because
Mike Fox is the same way.
Hey Mike, your big bro just threw you under the bus, man.
I'm not joking. He knows that. In camp, we don't mess with Mike. We get Mike up. Mike, you good? All right, let's roll. Let's rock. Boom. Mike. First and foremost, Mike isn't a morning person, right?
Okay.
Secondly, in camp, he's like definitely not a morning person. So it's like, Mike, you good? All right, I'll see you at the gym, bro. Mike, you good? Yeah, I'm good. All right, my bad.
I couldn't do it, man, because let me tell you, for one reason, man, you know, I be up watching late night TV, and everybody knows they put all those food commercials, Burger King, McDonald's, all these cake commercials. I couldn't do it. If I was a boxer, I probably wouldn't even have a TV in my house. If I was a boxer, man, I was going through training camp, I wouldn't do it.
But the problem is, or the best thing to possibly do is try to go to sleep, right? But then the messed up part is you get so much sleep you can no longer sleep anymore. So you sit there and you lay in the bed. Like I got this eye mask joint. I got it right here. I'm on the bed. Let me see something. I got this eye mask joint just in case, you know, I wake up and that way it's still dark. I can't find it right now, but this case, you know, so just I wake up, it's still dark, so I might fall back to sleep. But bro, being hungry and trying to fall asleep is probably one of the worst feelings in the world.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? When you starve.
Off of y'all, man. This is real stuff, man. I love it. I'm gonna tell you, man, when I was like watching interviews, and I watched the interview with you and your dad, it was probably 9 years ago, And this is where I knew the temperature in which you guys carry throughout your boxing career, amateur and pros. The guy actually, I think you had just a fight was canceled. And I think you took a fight like 5 days later. I could be wrong, but you said, look, it don't even matter. Let's just go ahead and take this fight because I think, you still in training. Even though the fight was canceled, that would have been a time when you'd be like, well, I can let down. But your mentality was next man up. And you
for sure.
got the fight 5 days later and you handled your bid. I think it was like a second round knockout. So that's when I knew, like, I was like, damn, like these dudes are truly locked in, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Been locked in for years, man. Wale said it. Wale said when you dirty, thirsty, hungry, you subject lunch. That's exactly how you feel in camp. You stink. I swear, in camp, you stink, you hungry, you thirsty, all the time. So you irritated all the time. You said you going lunch. You going lunch.
I love it, man. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all just getting in here, like I said, man, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We closing the show, man. Tez Fox is in the building. He telling y'all, man, he fucking something up. He going all the way up to Canada, and he about to fuck some shit up. He had not 6 weeks. He had 8 weeks of training. Hold up. We got
a surprise.
We got a surprise in the building. Let me get this guy in here. Hold up.
Mike, what's up?
Hey, bro,
Mike,
why you out here
in
talking about I'm
the
mean?
building.
You talking about I'm mean in camp,
Mike, you
man.
are mean and shit in camp.
Hold on. So we about to go this route? Are we about to go this route?
Mike, am I lying?
No. But are we about to go this route?
Mike, no. Nobody said that everybody isn't mean in camp. We just said you're extra mean in camp, and then you're not a morning person. So in the morning during camp, you were very worse.
Hey, so Lou, what's up? Lou, what's up, Kiki?
What's up, champ?
Let me explain to y'all. Tez isn't just mean in camp. Tez isn't just mean. Tez is just mean all the time. Every time I gotta, I try to keep the gym maintained and everything. So somebody not cleaning up or something, I said, man, you can't leave your stuff everywhere. I ain't gonna tell you again. Next time I'm gonna get Tez. As soon as I say I'm gonna get Tez, they scramble to do what they supposed to do. I said, look, I'm gonna tell you, then I'm gonna get Tez and let Tez tell you. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Oh, man.
Hey, Mike, show him the new Professor hoodie, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, show the hoodie.
Yes, sir.
Oh yes.
Yes, sir. That thing, nice.
Man, that thing
fire,
man.
Mike, turn over the other side a little bit.
Oh shoot, hold on.
Man,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where can we buy that? Where can people get that at, Mike?
Oh, I'm slinging out my trunk like DVDs.
Oh, they can DM you.
Yeah, DM me for Professor Hoodie. I'll pull up on you.
Okay.
That's right. We out here making entrepreneurship moves, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't believe Mike tried to come in. Mike knows. Because we got a 6 a.m. workout on Saturdays. Right, every Saturday we have a 6 a.m. Mike in camp, like Mike regular is like, I don't really want to be here in the morning. Mike in camp, oh my God, like that's a really, really nice dude. Super nice dude.
Yes,
very approachable. He got an approachable face, all that. When he in camp, I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it there.
Hey, you putting your business out there, Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike bought his business. He bought his business though.
I be about business, but I try to be. I can say that I'm less tolerant. I'm less tolerant, but
there you go, see.
That's part of the sport. But Tez in camp is like, man, why you see he's about to hit the pads? Why we ain't hitting the pads yet? I'm like, yo, chill out, bro. Dad got to go to the bathroom. Look, if you like we might be horsing around having fun in the gym. If nobody's in camp, we laugh and we kind of we enjoying each other's company. But once Ted gets in the camp, it's like this. If it ain't like this,
yeah, it's locked in. It's locked in time, bro. It's locked in time.
A happy camper. That's the
I'm
part.
gonna
That's the part he
tell
don't
you
want to
this.
admit.
All right, me and Greg were in camp at one. Well, no, matter of fact, I wasn't even in camp. Greg was in camp, right? And him and my father, they were in the ring. and they kind of like laughing and joking a little, like, in my mind, too much. Now this is Greg's camp. Yeah, you can do it, but they doing too much laughing and joking. I said, yo, y'all been talking for like the whole round. Hey, y'all, we in camp, right? It's supposed to be a camp, right? Oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? But
like, man,
I expect greatness from me and my team.
yeah, that's it. They're like, man, nigga, I just hear you having fun. You know what I'm saying? Slack.
Ain't no fun in training camp, man.
Nah, it ain't like that, man. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh man,
Nah,
I love
but
it,
let me say this. Let me say this though, man. Greg Outlaw is also in camp February 18th. He's fighting at Maryland Live. So you know,
Yes.
Ted is finishing up his camp. Greg is his camp is gonna be revving up when we get back. So you know,
Right, really well.
anytime multiple guys are in a training camp, you know, it's always a good energy in the gym. Right now, since you know SlyAza is at the beginning of February, you know he's had most of the focus. But you know, shout out to Greg Outlaw, shout out to Coach Fox, man. You know, the circle small, but we official.
We gotta get Coach Fox on too.
Yeah, we do. But that's the hey, look. I'm surprised he ain't come through because look, every time Mike come on, man, your father he coming in and bombard the
I'm surprised.
interview man, off the break.
Yeah, I'm actually home this time, Lou.
Oh yeah.
You're
the only one we haven't had on in the camp.
Yeah. We gotta get him in there. We get him in there.
For sure.
Hey, look, make sure you talk to Kiki. Don't talk to me because it'll be happening next Christmas messing with me.
Yeah, Ted, you know that's been me you've been talking to, but I ain't say nothing when you calling me man. It's yes, sir. I ain't say nothing, but that's really me.
What's the name on that? Oh, you talking about Lou's joint?
No, the Liteskin Lou.
That's the business page. That's me talking to you.
Oh damn! I be saying yes sir all that.
I don't say no.
You gotta let it be known as you.
Nah, I don't say nothing.
Hey Ted, I was supposed to be on this show. I was supposed to be on this show like a year ago, messing with Lou. And then as soon as I see Kiki in person, we set a date. Everything is set up. She got her calendar. She got her calendar. Everyone. Yeah. So as far as logistics go, this is the key. This is Killer Kiki's podcast with Liteskin Lou, with featuring Liteskin Lou.
Yeah, hey, look, I'll be a side note on that joint, man.
Yeah, when you say yes, sir, and my man, I just say okay. I just keep talking to you, but it's me.
Kiki, I'm just getting to work now.
Because sometimes
next time you're on, I'm like, yeah, thanks, Kiki. Appreciate it.
Sometimes when I tell people it's me, I don't know if they didn't read or not, but they still talk back and say thanks, Lou, or this and that. So I just don't even say nothing anymore.
Just go along with it, man.
I just go along with it. So I just act like I'm him.
I'm gonna start saying Kiki from now on, man.
Yeah, that's it. Kiki's Lou's the face. Kiki is the logistics.
Yeah.
She handle all the backstage stuff. Hey, look, I'll be lying to you. Like she does all this stuff. You want to interview and you want to get on the show?
For sure.
Even today when I text you, you was like my man, and I was like, yeah.
I went in. I'm like, shit. Hey, look, I sure ain't think about that.
You was like my man, and I was like, yeah.
Kiki out here catfishing us.
I can't no catfish like that.
She out here catfishing, man. Catfishing ain't good in this business, man.
Oh my goodness.
So, Taz, let me ask you this, man. What are you looking forward to the most, man? Going up to Canada, February the 2nd. What are you looking forward to the most?
The food. I'm playing. I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm looking forward to the fight, man. I'm looking forward to creating a new fan base, man. You know, getting a win in there. And you know what I'm saying, just getting a win in Canada is, you know, I'm more international. I'm more internationally known. I want to be internationally known. I really want to be a world champion anyway. So the faster I feel like I get into being a household name, the more people want to see me, the more, you know, that means the more money, that means the more money these promoters stuff make, the more they want to put me on. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it, man. If y'all just getting in here, man, the professor Mike Fox, he bombarded his big bro interview. He
That's
sent the link
usual.
to himself and he came in. We ain't even let him in.
That's regular.
He
Yeah, he
just
just
jumped
jumped
through the
in.
back door, man. He wanted
What's
to
up with
get
that man?
right. He just
Man,
wanted to get his voice off,
Mike,
man.
Mike, how'd you even get in here? Explain to everybody.
Oh man, I got sources.
You got an old Lou. You got an old link, huh?
I didn't let him
Nah,
in. My hands is
no,
right
look,
here.
look,
I didn't
look,
let him in.
look. I'm gonna tell you right now, Kiki. Y'all ain't see when Kiki was looking down off the screen. That was her sending me the
I
link.
did. I did see that though. I
I
did see.
thought,
I didn't think
man,
she was
somebody
doing
send me
that.
your head real quick, man. Cause cause you was out here
Nah,
throwing dirt on
man,
my
go
name,
ahead.
man.
Nobody threw dirt on your name,
Yep.
Mike. We just talking. We just talking the real, champ.
They
That's
don't even
right.
be paying me no attention, Mike, and I just slipped it right on in
I
there.
was.
I didn't see it.
I said that's my girl. That's my girl.
I didn't even see it. I was like, hold up. It's some hey, look, real talk. I was like, somebody else coming in. I'm like, who is that? Because I'm thinking, because the interview was set up for one, me,
Yeah.
Kiki, and Tez. I was like, hold up, somebody just came in the screen. And then before I could even let him in, she was already in. They cut the side deals, man.
Oh, he
Yeah,
put
hey,
it
look,
in the
Hey, look.
I know
put it
the
in the
important
link.
people.
Hey, but listen though, y'all see the little brother in Mike, right?
Yeah.
Also the champ professor.
Yep. I seen it. Look, and he did
That's
that
my
real
guy
quick
there, yeah.
too.
You know, that also. I'll put the also in there. You know what I'm saying? It's still because
Also the champ.
this is still Ted's interview, man. I figured I just jump in on the tail end of it.
Yeah, I got. A matter of fact, now that you got both of you guys in here, I know I saw both of you guys at the Tank Davis and Garcia fight,
Yes, sir.
January 7th, Capital One Arena. I want to start with you, Mike. What was your thoughts on that just the whole card? What was your thoughts on that?
I mean, it was a. I mean, it was a pretty good, just a good showcase for the area as far as the
Yes, sir.
boxing. Jalil Hackett did his thing. Shout out to Jalil. Trayvon Marshall got a big W. He's got a big fight on the way, so shout out to him. Um, yeah, of course, Tank. Tank does what he always does. Just got the big win in a big way. I mean, it was just a good night. It was a good night, man. They packed the place out. He did like 5 million on the gate. Man. So I mean, it was just a good look for the area. I knew, you know, people really come out for the big events around here, man. So it was cool. It was cool to see. We ain't had none at the Capital One Arena since
In
it
a
was
long
the
time since I got
since it
that
was the
bid thrown on
MCI
my head
Mike
at
Center.
Mike
Tyson,
Tyson.
yeah.
It was the
Yeah,
Right.
MCI Center, yeah. So it was good. It was just a good thing to see, man. I pushed to get on that car. Me and Tez both pushed to get on the car, but they said it was pretty much full by the time. But that's what the word I got from our advisor.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they
And
had
what
so
you?
many fights. They started at like 4 something. We didn't get home to
Right.
what 4 in the morning.
2:30.
Yeah, we was there for
Exactly.
It was
12
ridiculous, and they
hours,
closed the
man.
train. They closed the trains and everything, man. That was crazy. We had to fight, man. We had to walk like 3 blocks to get a
Get an
Uber.
Uber.
Yep.
We were stuck in
Ridiculous.
the garage for an hour.
Oh my
You lucky
goodness!
I ain't break into your car.
Yeah, I know. We saw like 5. Everybody was talking about
Yeah.
Everybody that parked on the
we broke
street.
into.
Everybody that parked on the street. That's the only thing. That's the only black eye about the situation, man. Y'all can't be
Yeah,
doing that, bro. They ain't gonna want to come back.
yeah.
So, Tez, what's your thoughts on that whole atmosphere? Because I saw all three. I saw you, Mike, and I seen your father. We were sitting right behind Tank's
Yeah.
corner, and I saw you guys on the right side behind Garcia's corner. So, what was your thoughts on that fight? On the whole
I felt like it was a really
atmosphere?
good card, man. Great card. Like you said, Mike said, man, it was a very great look for the area. You know what I'm saying? As far as all of the people coming out, all the people supporting. Personally speaking on the card, there were some overmatched joints in there, I guess. And I think I wanted to see a little bit more competition in some of these fights, but at the same time, a lot of the young people got knockouts that they needed to. That was good, man. That was great. You know, with Tank's actual fight, man, it kind of basically went how I thought it would. I thought he might
Mm-hmm.
stop him late. I mean, I think Garcia is a hell of a boxer, but I just don't think he's a hell of a boxer at 135.
Yeah, I think he should
You
stay
know
at
what I'm saying?
130.
I think
Yeah.
he's a great boxer, but he's just not a great boxer at 135. He can't. I knew, and I said that to everybody. I said Tank has shown power up to 140. This
Yes.
guy hasn't shown power past 130. So the punch he hits Garcia with may be way too much, and I mean it was. He
said he
said
couldn't
that. I mean,
see.
what I heard, for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
two
that's
minutes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's crazy. And I mean, I went, like I said, when I was speaking to Jesse Hart, he was actually asking me. He said, "Man, can Amore Tank hit?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Bro,"
For
I
real.
said,
There's nobody
Lamar
that
Peterson himself told me that he can punch, and Lamar was fighting at the time. Lamar might have been fighting 47. He might have
I
fighting
remember.
147. And he told me, he said, "Yeah, he said it ain't like Tank ever knocked me out enough like that." He said, "But you can tell when he punches for somebody that size."
Mhm.
He's hitting a little harder than everybody else at 130. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was just reading somewhere, Garcia, he's trying to now say, because they stopped the fight, because the fight in the crowd, he trying to say that's one of the reasons he
That was a
lost.
distraction.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
said,
That's
God!
really?
hilarious.
Come on, man.
See right there. See,
Yeah.
that's the type of stuff where you start losing respect for these guys. Like,
Yes.
like, come on, Hector. Like, the thing is, you could have kept hitting Tank. Like, I was
Yeah,
just
could have.
listening
Y'all
to
both stopped look.
I was just listening to Coach Kenny do a interview on Twitter, on the Twitter space. He was like, man, man, we ain't playing. How can we plan that? How can we plan?
Exactly.
We don't know what little Gary
How the hell we know
going
that?
beef with. He said, man, and you could have kept hitting Tank, which he could have. They could have both kept swinging on each other.
Right.
Yep.
I think the referee ended up stopping the action just because all that was kicking off. But that is, to be fair, that is the Capital One Arena. Maybe the security was like, yo, we don't do that here. Y'all can't be doing
Yeah, I
that
feel
here.
like that's what they did. Yeah.
But as far as that goes, you could have ran across the ring and tried to smoke Tank right then and there.
Exactly.
But you stopped punching too. You looked over there too.
Right. What's
I
that
can't
show?
believe that,
Chris
man.
Carter and what's the name? Come on, man. You can't. Come on, man. You can't have that as an excuse, man. But I will tell y'all this, Mike and Tez. Let me tell you something. We was at the fight, and everything was going good until I went into that bathroom, man. I went to use the bathroom, Mike, and I don't know if you guys went to use the bathroom. Man,
I ain't going in.
these dudes was in there shooting dice, smoking weed, and playing that game where you gotta find the ball under the thing.
Yeah, it was going crazy. It was going crazy.
It was like I stepped out of a time machine because I went to the bathroom. I'm just going there, do what I need to do, and come on out. Dude was like, Mike. Dude was like, "You want to hit this?"
No,
No, bro. I don't want no public bathroom free.
right? What's wrong with you?
It threw me off a little bit, but other than that, man, the magnitude was magic. That's what a big fight is all about. 20,000 people in an arena like that. That arena hasn't been sold out since the Wizards was in the playoff with Mike Tyson, and when they fought. I mean, when the Wizards played Cleveland back in 2005 or 2006.
They said he made more money than the Rolling Stones or something. They said, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I keep telling you, that boy is star. Like,
I think it's a star.
to see where he is, and like let me say too, and this is the last thing I say. Like, when you talk about like Tez and I, we saw Tank from when he was a straight up kid. I met Tank when I was 9 years old. He was always a year older than me. You know what I mean? And to see him from there to now, I just saw him actually. I follow Pusha T on Instagram. He was at Fashion Week, Tez, in Paris.
Oh wow!
It was.
Tank was, yeah. I'm saying that he's like a legit bona fide star, and like
that's big.
Him and Calvin, like, really, they saved each other's lives, man, and that's crazy because where a lot of people keep forget is that Tank wasn't his first crop of guys. Him and Malik and probably Trucker, like, that was second crop.
I think he had a son that didn't he have a son that fight too?
Yeah,
he had a son that fought, right?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah. And that's big, man. I love it, man. Y'all just getting here, man. The Fox brothers is in the building. We started out with one Fox, and the other Fox came in because he seen the other Fox was eating, and he came in just like another Fox because he seen we was eating. Man, I appreciate you guys for stopping through, man. It's always love when I talk to you guys. I interviewed you guys a year ago. Same energy, man. I love it, man. Let everybody out there know where they can find you at, Tez and Mike. Let everybody know where they can find y'all at.
At SlyAza Fox, it's SlyAzaFox on Twitter and Instagram. Again, that's SlyAza FOX, SlyAza Fox, man. I want to give a big shout out to Advanced Sport Performance. My coach D'Angelo Kennard over there, man. He's the one that makes me strong and makes sure we're enduring. I want to give a big shout out to Coach Will Pinckney over there at Sugar Ray Leonard's, man. That's my dog there. He always, anytime we got to call him and ask for some work, man, he always there to help us out and make sure I'm sharpening up. Of course, shout out to Sharpshooter Outlaw because he's definitely about to fight February 18th, man. I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring these belts home, man. Show you how to do it, little bro. And yeah, big shout out to No Excuse, to all the youngest in the area, man. Headbangers gym, man. We shout out to all y'all, man. We're gonna keep working, man. I'm making sure y'all make y'all proud.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Professor Mike with a Y. At Professor Mike. DM me if you try and get one of the Professor hoodies. And shout out to Liteskin Lou, shout out to Kiki, shout out to Lou,
For sure.
looking just like older Patrick Harris.
Wait, bro. I keep saying that in my mind, bro. I've been saying things like cat, like I don't know what.
The jeans are strong. But man, thanks for having us as always, man. I always enjoy coming here. Hit me up anytime if I'm available.
We live with Liteskin.
Kiki, hit me up, Kiki.
I will.
Hey, you see how they just divorced me like that, man? Come on, man. But no, man, Tez, I'm gonna give you some flowers, man, because every time I interview somebody, I always give them flowers because tomorrow ain't promised to you. Tez, I'm proud of your journey, man. Keep continuing to do what you're doing. A year ago, you took a loss, but guess what? You right back in the ring. You ain't make excuses. I judge a guy from not so much for when they win, but for when they lose and how they handle themselves. You ain't make no excuses. I remember watching you on Twitter the next day, or Facebook, Instagram. You ain't make no excuses.
No,
First thing you said was, look, I lost. I'm going to learn from it, and we're going to keep this shit moving. That's what boxing need. You too, Mike. You guys always fought the best. I can look at y'all resume right now and put it on a board and put the title, this is what boxing needs. Guys who are willing to put it all on the line. Fuck the zero. You would love to retire undefeated, but you guys decided, like, look, we're going to fight the best, and that's just what it is. So for both of you guys, man, I'm proud of you guys. Continue to do great things. In this channel right here, if you need to advertise some footy socks, I don't care what it is. You come right here and you put it on the thing, man, and we're gonna open up the shop and put it in for you guys, man. Continue to do great things, and I look forward to talking to you guys after you come back, Tez, from Canada, February the 2nd.
With these straps. With these straps. Need two belts.
Yeah,
that's right.
You would definitely be tuned in February 2nd.
Yes, sir. We're going up there. Oh, hey, one more thing. Shout out to my man Gary Mack. He actually does Muay Thai, but he's fighting in Mexico. But he's I help with his boxing too. So we got SlyAza in Canada, Greg back in the US, Gary Mack in Mexico, man. North America Free Smoke Agreement, man.
Let's go.
Hey, y'all busy, man. Y'all busy.
Right. That's right. Oh, man, special shout out to my man Wheels of Steel. You a Bama for posting that stuff about my Cowboys, but guess what? I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, man. But no, real talk, man. I really appreciate you guys for coming in, man. Continue to do great things. And guess what? We're going to tally up on the other side, guys.
All right, man. Live with Liteskin Lou. We out here, baby.
All
right, baby.
Yeah, see y'all.
That's right.
Good.
That's right, man. Good. Hey, if y'all still in here, we still got a couple people in here. Put your hands together for the Fox brothers. It started out with Tez Fox, and we ended up with Mike Fox, man. I love it. I love it. These guys are embarking on something great. Tez going up to Canada to get that belt. Mike, he probably got something in the raptor, man. I love it, Kiki. I love it.
Yeah, it's. Hey, look, Mike was working me in this chat over here. You ain't even see me. Because as soon as Ted said something about, he was like, "Hold up, send me the link." He said, "I can tell y'all all about Ted."
I love it, man. And I didn't know what's going on, Kiki. Let me tell you. You see what I see. I seen 3 people, me, you, and Ted. When I seen the 4th one, I was like, what the hell is this?
I saw you looking. That's like I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just gonna let him in, sneak him in, and he was gonna pop up on the screen. But then you saw it, so then I couldn't do it anymore. But that's what I was gonna do.
Hey Jamal, Kishi, man, let me tell you, I feel like Marion Barry, man. That chick set me up, man. Hey Jamal, she set me up, champ. I wasn't expecting that. I felt like Marion Barry 88, 89, man.
Probably was like, "How you get in?" Because you know, some people confuse the YouTube link with the StreamYard link, and they send people that. So I know that happened before, you know, one time for you. So on the other thing, so that's probably what you thought.
But nah, real talk, man. I always like talking to these young guys, man. I always talk to them at the fights. I interviewed him, like I said, a year ago on another platform. But one thing remains that stands out to me is that these guys are willing to fight the best.
Yes, they are.
You know what I'm saying? They don't care about, and I'm not gonna say they don't care about the because nobody wants to lose. But I'm willing to put it all on the line. You got so many fighters out here now who wants to protect their they want to fight lesser competition. And of course, politics play a little part in it. So I'm not going to just put the full slay on other fighters. But at the same time, man, these guys are willing to put it all on the line. Like Ted's fighting this guy. He's undefeated, 28-0 with 21 knockouts. And he's going to fight this guy on his own soil. You know what I'm saying? So that's big, man. He's like, look, just line them up. And we're gonna try to knock them down. That's all you can ask for.
A 14-month layoff.
Yes. So I love it, man. So anything that stood out to you? That's right. Come back with the belts. So anything to stand out to you, Kiki, before we close?
No, I think we pretty much summed it all up tonight. That was a good interview. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. How about you?
I loved it. And because I still got Jamal in here, I got a little another special gift for him. And, and I know this might mess up the color code, whatever, but guess what? I don't care. Jamal, you can post whatever you want to post, champ, but guess what? I still stand behind the star, champ.
And he ain't lying either, Jamal. He's serious. He still stand behind him. He go to work. He went to work proud the next day with his cowboy gear on. He ain't care.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, he said the 49ers.
Who said that?
Jamal.
I love it, man. We appreciate you guys for chiming in, man. If we missed your name, and that's one thing I want to say, guys. If we missed your comment or your question, we do our best to try to get everybody involved. That's why, we go to the chat because we know you guys have questions for this guy, but we're not going to get to everybody. So
we got everybody tonight.
Yeah, we got everybody. Yeah, but in the future, if we don't get y'all, don't send me no text telling me you missed my question. And y'all know who y'all are. I'm not going to call nobody names. I'm not going to put nobody on Front Street, but we do our best to get everybody involved because I watch a lot of podcasts and a lot of these guys, when they interview people, they don't even go to the chat. But I feel like we was going to do things a little different. We want you guys to be involved on the interview. So we take time to go to the chat. So if we missed you guys, it's not on purpose. Trust me. It's not on purpose. We want you guys to be involved every week in the chat when we interview these people. So with that being said, man, look.
Make sure you follow us on all our social media handles.
That's right.
Instagram and Facebook, Live with Liteskin Lou. Twitter, Live with LSL. And I think that's it. Oh, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, our YouTube channel, Live with Liteskin Lou, make sure you do that. Hit the like button and share this interview.
That's right. And guess what, y'all? Kiki just opened us up on TikTok. So we're going to be on TikTok. We're going to be putting stuff on there, putting our interviews, putting clips on there. But we just trying to figure all this stuff out. So with that being said, y'all, Kiki, like I said, she just texted me. She said, man, if you don't hurry up and end this show, I got shows to watch. So I got to respond to that, y'all. But no, we really appreciate you guys for chiming in.
And tune in February 2nd to Tez's fight. It's going to be, what did he say, ESPN? ESPN Plus or ESPN? Which one did he say?
I think he said I don't know. I don't think he said ESPN.
Oh,
He
maybe.
could have, but whatever it is, we're gonna
Well,
find
it's gonna
out.
be on there, but we'll find out and we'll be posting it to our pages. So just look out for that. But it is Thursday, February. That's a Thursday too. So Thursday, February 2nd, he will be fighting.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. I love it. I love it. You can't make this up, y'all. Look, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We still got people in here. Hey, y'all, go to bed. I know y'all got to go to work tomorrow. We appreciate you guys for chiming in. So with that being said, y'all know the words. Say it with me. Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Stay hungry. And always live your life to the fullest. Because guess what, y'all? Tomorrow ain't promised to you. So on that note, we up out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.